I thought mechanical keyboards were just a silly hobby until I went to buy one to see what the hype was all about. This is what I found. In this video, I'm going to show you the mechanical keyboard that I bought and what my thoughts about it are. I'm also going to compare it with popular options like Logitech's MX Mechanical Keyboard and the Apple Magic Keyboard. I've been a Windows kind of guy before I switched to a Mac, and I started using Apple's keyboards. First the desktop Magic Keyboard with my Mac Mini, and then the keyboards on the MacBooks, which were really nice to type on. My first laptops were Windows laptops from Acer and Lenovo, and they never had the kind of build quality that Apple has. For example, I was very annoyed with my Lenovo ThinkPad because it would flex and have squeaky keys. No such thing with a Mac. These days, I use a MacBook Pro and I keep it plugged in when I'm at my desk. One of the first keyboards that I got was the Apple Magic Keyboard, which really feels like a MacBook's keyboard and worked great. One of my favorite things with the Apple Magic Keyboard is that it just works, and it works fast. For a wireless keyboard, it connects instantly and can start immediately whenever you come back to your desk. Unlike other keyboards that always take some time to reconnect after it goes into standby, with the Apple Magic Keyboard, there's no lag time, no wait time, nothing. It's as though there's no standby at all, which is insane. The only problem was that it charges with a lightning cable, which was annoying to me because I didn't want to have a lightning cable on my desk just to charge my keyboard. After a while, I decided to try a Logitech keyboard instead because it's seemingly the most reliable option around and could charge via a USB-C cable. I was particularly interested in this, the Logitech MX Mechanical Mini. Unfortunately, the Logitech MX Mechanical Mini was decent but a very forgettable keyboard. It didn't have the smooth connectivity of an Apple Magic keyboard, and it didn't feel that nice to type on. I felt that it actually slowed down my typing and I made more mistakes typing. Plus, one thing about the keyboard is that the keys are made from ABS, not from PBT. This is a problem because unlike PBT, ABS causes the keys to develop a very annoying shine after a while. Also, the keys use proprietary switches, which means they aren't compatible with aftermarket keycaps. That's when I started my research on mechanical keyboards. I didn't really want to start down on this journey because I thought mechanical keyboards were all noisy and clickety, but I was actually wrong. There are a lot of different switches that affect everything from the feel to the sound of typing, which I was very pleasantly surprised about. I found that there was a local shop that I could visit and check out mechanical keyboards, so I went there. They didn't have the keyboard that I wanted, but it was a great experience because I could go test out the various kinds of switches. That's when I realized I really like the feel of linear switches as compared to clicky or tactile switches. Here's the difference. Linear switches are smooth from top to bottom. There's no feedback to let you know when an action has been sent, which lends them a consistency that many users enjoy. They are particularly popular amongst gamers because of their increased ease of quickly sending multiple inputs. They are less ideal for typing, at least initially, as they are significantly easier to press by mistake, resulting in more typos. Over time, this becomes less of an issue but creates more of a learning curve while getting used to them. Linear switches tend to be the quietest of all the standard switch type. Clicky switches, like its name suggests, are the loudest of the three main types of switches. Unlike linears, clicky switches have a tactile bump when the key actuates and have a light clicking noise, similar to that of a typewriter. These switches are often regarded as the best for typing due to their increased feedback, but can be disruptive in work environments where the added noise wouldn't be welcome. Tactile switches are a middle ground between the former two types. These switches do not have an audible click, but do have a silent bump that can be felt when the key actuates. Tactile switches are some of the most popular and are viewed by fans as offering the best of both worlds. After researching on the various brands and keyboards around, I decided on an Akko 5075B Plus keyboard as my very first keyboard, with Akko's own cream yellow linear switches. I had the keyboard shipped over, and when I got the keyboard and tried it out, my initial impressions were that the keys felt so satisfying to type on. I didn't think that it was so obvious, but this is a clear and significant difference from the Logitech MX Mechanical Mini, which was supposedly mechanical but lacked that level of satisfaction. Unlike the Logitech or Apple keyboards though, setup was a bit of a pain. The first thing was the colors. While I know that some people liked RGB or backlit keyboards, I didn't really fancy them. Thankfully, it's easy enough to turn them off. Akko, in this case, has a key shortcut that works right out of the box to change the color of the backlight or the backlight effects. You can also control the sidebar lighting separately. I chose to turn off all the lights on my keyboard. This has the additional benefit of prolonging the keyboard's battery life too. Akko comes with its own configurator tool that's available for the Mac, Windows and Linux. I have a MacBook Pro using the M1 Pro chip and it works fine. Download the tool from Akko's website and install it. You have to set the keyboard to USB mode, plug it in, and then it should be detected. In the tool, you can just remap your keys. My keyboard comes with a knob, which can only be set to either control the volume or the brightness of your keyboard's lights. I set it to control the volume, but here's the thing, there is no dedicated mute key or volume keys. The default mute key was the F10 key on the Mac, but it doesn't come with any indication on the keycap. Just for fun, I remapped my home key instead to mute, and I swapped it out with an orange keycap from a keycap set that I bought. I don't use the page down, page up and N keys as well, so I'll be looking at turning them into macro keys or shortcut keys instead. This is the other big benefit of most mechanical keyboards. You can replace the keycaps pretty easily and oftentimes remap the layout to something that actually fits your workflows. So, do I like this change? I love it. My mechanical keyboard has made typing fun again. If you use your keyboard a lot, I would very strongly recommend you exploring getting a mechanical keyboard. I'm selling off my Logitech and I'm sticking to this Akko keyboard. If you're planning on getting a mechanical keyboard or just love mechanical keyboards as much as I do, let me know in the comments. Until then, bye!